Alrighty, guys, welcome back to another episode on Withered Rose. Today we have our special guest from Spirits. Hey, guys.
What's up?
Do you guys have any performances that are coming up?
So actually, we're done performing for the year. Our drummer's out of country for the rest of the year, so we're focusing on recording the new album right now. We also have a single that we're working on and some more covers. But our first shows of the year are going to be February. We're going to be playing in Tri-Cities and Spokane area.
Yeah.
Those areas are so pretty, I remember them.
Yeah, we were just out in the Tri-Cities a couple weeks ago. It was great.
Yeah.
Weird to take some time off. We haven't had like time off in like 2 years.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
Do you guys have any big plans for your time off?
Recording.
Yeah, really just recording. Obviously spending time with family too when we're not doing that, because when we're out playing shows and doing all that stuff, you know, things get put on the back burner a little bit every once in a while. But working on content, also going out and, you know, summoning emos in the wild. That's our new thing that we like
Sean
doing.
just screaming emo lyrics at people and hoping they reply back.
It's a lot of fun. I've had some surprising ones. Like, I'm like, this guy's going to be the emo guy, and he just stares at me like he wants to rip my head off. You know, it's...
Well, yeah. I'd roll my window up on you, just saying.
I had a lady roll two of her windows up. I was singing at her, and the back window goes up, and then the front window goes up.
Was that in Seattle?
No, I was here in Portland.
Just down here.
Yeah, I've actually had Portland. I've had better luck in Vancouver with finding emos, surprisingly, than Portland. Yeah,
I'll be curious to see if we get out and like do like out in different cities. What's the most emo city we'll find?
I'm gonna start doing it to like stores and stuff too. Just walk in and sing it at the top of my lungs and hope someone sings back.
Empty Walmart at 2 a.m.
Yes.
And if there's really nobody there, and if it's empty, well, somebody starts singing back to you. Leave.
Yeah, with the ghost. Just singing back.
The ghost of rollback prices.
Blue light specials.
Now, I do see on Facebook that you had a group called the Spirit World. Did you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so one of our Spirits fam, Willow, created the group a few years back, and it's really just kind of blossomed into a really cool like family. It's a mental health support group. It's a private group, judgment-free zone, and it's heavily moderated too. You know, a lot of times when you have spaces like this for people, you open that up to people coming in and trying to take advantage of that one way or the other. So we do have it heavily moderated. There's also a cool feature in there as well too, where you can post anonymously. So only the moderators know who it came from. The reason they know is obviously if it's something that shouldn't be in there, if someone's, you know, dictating someone else or something like that, they can see who it is so they can take care of it. But and it's just really grown. I mean, we're over 760 members in there. One of the other members actually created a mental health Discord server too, so if you need to talk to someone like right away, it's really cool to have that available.
We just wanted, like, it was a big part of like the lyrics and stuff that we wanted to push was like dealing with mental health and stuff, and then it was just kind of a cool idea to like give someone like a space, and I'm sure there's other groups like that, but like it was just cool for us to like connect with music and mental health and just give people a space to like, you just need to get something out there or share a meme that you thought was like stupidly funny.
Yeah, like you can put your victories in there too. It's not, you know, you don't have to be sad to be in there, but you know, and we owe all that to Willow. She started that group, and it's become a group effort. It's awesome.
Great. Yeah, I love it.
So this is a question that we like to use: is what do you define your music as?
I mean, there's definitely like, we always use the term like emo core because like a couple of the guys are big like emo kids. A couple of us are like big, I think all of us are kind of big metal heads, but like, I don't know, kind of wanted to like blend the like 2000s emo stuff and then throw a heavier twist on it.
Well, and like we would tell people, you know, we're an emo band. They're like, no, you're not. You're too heavy to be an emo band. And then we'd tell someone else, we're a metalcore band. They're like, no, you're not. You're too soft to be a metalcore band. So that's kind of why we started calling it emo cores. It's right in the middle.
Yeah,
you know?
We're not pop punk. We're not metal. We're not emo.
Saddy Daddy core.
It's like on your Facebook as well. So
yeah, what was that? Riley always said, like we're like metal light. It's like what you'd show your girlfriend that's not into metal yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good way to describe it, actually.
Yeah, it's like it's pretty apt of like
Oh, yeah.
it's your we can be your gateway into metal.
Oh yeah.
What is your favorite songs to perform?
Of ours?
Yeah.
Well, if we're talking originals, I would say Anchors, just because that's one that we can get a lot of really good
That's fun.
crowd participation in. So for that, for that reason, that's probably my first favorite. And then my second favorite is going to be Forever and Always, just because it is one of our heavier songs. It's got some
True.
breakdowns, and that's usually the song that we can kind of get the crowd to move around and have a good time.
That's true. I really like my Guiding Light's really fun because the bass line's kind of all over the place, so it's just kind of fun. And then I don't know, probably Forever and Always, just because it's heavier.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a metal kid, so I like heavier.
We were actually just talking about the Backstreet Boys cover before you come on.
have you watched the really bad video?
I've watched all of the videos.
Riley was insistent that we had to do some of the dance moves, and then we all looked at him and we're like, "You realize who you're asking this, right?" Like,
and there were so many more dance moves that he wanted us to do that we're like, "No, there's no way I'm doing."
He had a list, and then he was showing us, and was like, "You're not going to get that out of us."
I appreciate the research. Like he spent a long time. He had like a list of different clips of these videos that he pulled up.
7 or 8.
We got to do this. We got to do this.
No.
I was like, bro, I can't dance. Like, these are people instructing people how to dance. It looks easy because they know how to do it.
Yeah, we're a bunch of white dudes in our 30s. We're not very smooth.
Yeah.
Got the old hips, the old knees.
I mean, Backstreet Boys are a bunch of white dudes in their like 50s.
Not,
and they
well,
still got it.
All right. Calling me.
What has been your guys' most memorable experience at a concert?
Ooh.
I would say, honestly, it's been recently, surprisingly with TikTok. We had someone fly from New York
Oh my God,
out to
Gabby.
follow us on tour. And she was actually going to come out to 4 of the tour dates. 2 of the dates didn't end up happening, so she saw us for the other 2 dates. And she also got our Spirits planchette tattooed on her. So I would say that's been like in any of the bands that I've been into. Like I've been in bands since I was in 6th grade, and I've never had someone plan a trip across the country to come see my band play.
That was insane. Yeah, Gabby's a really good friend of ours now, but she hit us up, sent Sean a message with like, "Oh, hey, I just got this tattoo," and yep, sure enough, she's got our little like planchette logo on her leg.
And she's an amazing person.
Yeah, she's a phenomenal person.
And honestly, we got to meet a lot of people on tour from TikTok. Even out further, like we were out in Draper, Utah, we had a few people come out that found out about us through TikTok. And then we've had some local fans, Mudblood and Corel.
Yeah.
They showed up, Pot Smoke as well too.
Yeah. It was, or like we put we played down in Eugene, Springfield. And that first time there was a bunch of like, I don't know, they were like teen, preteen, and we got done playing and they were super stoked and wanted us to like sign stuff, and we were like blown away by literally everything they bought. They're like, "Can you sign this?" Like, you guys realize we're like a 4-piece band from like 2 hours away, right? We're not, it means a lot, but it was like, we're not anything that special. We're just a bunch of guys trying to
just ruining your merch with our signatures.
Yeah. Are you sure you want me to sign this? Yeah, Gabby coming to those shows was actually, we were unloading.
Mm-hmm.
And I like looked up after unloading stuff out of the trailer, and like looked up and I saw someone like she was wearing one of our tank tops, and I was like, "We don't sell tank tops. Like, who's wearing that shirt?" And I was like, "Oh, that's Gabby. Oh my God."
Yeah. Well, and she also got a spirit stuffed animal that we sell on our online store,
the teddy bear,
and she called it Emo Corey, which is cute for emo core. And she actually, the whole trip, she took pictures of Emo Corey on his trip throughout the whole
it was great.
The whole trip through the it was awesome.
No, we gotta get to New York.
Yeah, totally.
Do you guys still give out like the bags of ghosts that you used to do too?
Sure do. Actually, Arie and his wife.
No, you can't see it.
That's hard to see.
That's a ghost in there.
But yeah, they. So our friends, Pretty Suspect, actually gave us the idea. They made some for us.
Maybe.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And they made the first batch for us, and then Arie and his wife decided to make a bunch more. And we have our little Adopt a Ghost program.
What are some of the challenges that you find right now that you're facing personally in the music industry?
I would say one of the biggest challenges right now is oversaturation. Like, there are so many good bands out there That coupled with people's, naturally these days, people's attention spans are a lot shorter.
Yeah.
So like, for example, back in the day, one of my favorite bands would release an album, and I would buy the full album and I would just listen to that over and over and over until they dropped a new album. But I've started to see that a lot of bands are switching to dropping singles instead of full albums, because, a lot of people, their attention span just isn't there anymore. And that's why I see a lot of like 2-minute long songs. You don't see really a lot of 4 and 5 minute songs anymore. But yeah, like, I think that being in the technology age is obviously great. Like, we can reach out to people, like, for example, what we're doing right now, we couldn't do this 15 years ago. But at the same time, it's a double-edged sword because everybody else can do that too. So you have to kind of fish your way and do something that kind of sets you apart from the next person.
Yeah, I think a really big one is you have to be an expert in like so many little categories now. Like, it used to be like, oh, you're in a band, you'd like kind of market yourself, but marketing yourself was like you had MySpace, and you'd maybe go around and like staple flyers around and hit your friends up for shows. But now it's like you have to like film videos and be good at editing and have 8 different platforms that you have to know the ins and out of. And I mean, we're not even in, like, we don't have X or Twitter. I'm sure there's a couple we're not on because it's just, there's just so many now.
Yeah, there's a lot, not enough time.
And it's just hard. I think even large touring bands certainly hit it where it's like venues taking merch cuts, or it's just expensive. It's expensive to try to get out there and like do even weekend runs like we do.
Yeah, totally.
It's actually not the first time I heard that part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
There's a few of them that are out there that are like, yeah, no, this is not happening.
Yeah.
I've heard a little bit of how much they take from like your merch stands and stuff, and so I'm just like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We've been lucky enough that we haven't really dealt with a merch cut yet, but you just even see again these large bands that are like, they're finally to the point where they're like really doing what they love after like 10 plus years of grinding. And then you kind of make it to a point where people are like doing headline shows, and then you're like, great, we made it. And that's when like you start eating it on merch cuts, or it's like 20% sometimes, or they have people like run the merch for you because they don't want you to like take under the table.
Yeah, totally.
It's a bummer.
Yeah.